Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and Josh and I are doing a no-run-through review for the two newest factions of Summoner Wars, the Skyspear Avians and the Cloaks. Didn't really come up with a whole lot of creativity when naming one of these factions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these are the two newest ones that have come out since the Fire Elves and the Frost Trolls.
Yeah, fuck both of those.
Yeah, which we didn't care for really either. But I am proud to say I like both of these.
Yeah, they are a vast improvement.
Yeah, I think that they are both fun to play against.
They're both fun to play.
Yeah, and they're both fun to play for various reasons. So let's start with the Skyspear Avians. Actually, well, real quick, which one's your favorite between the two?
I did more as the Skyspear Avians. I like the theme of the Cloaks, though.
Yeah.
A bunch of synergy with both of them.
That is true. Yeah, between the two, I actually think I like the Cloaks a little bit more. Because they seem to be the ones that are the most different from all the other ones that we've played.
Yeah, they don't really care about combat. They're all about making it to the other side of the board.
Right. So let's start with the Skyspear Avians. They have the Summoner Ava.
They have the Mommy Goose.
Yeah, they have the what is it, the Avussi, the Skyspear Avussi. Got that hot-ass cloaca. But she has flight. When this unit moves, it may move one extra space and through cards, and then take to the skies. At the start of your move phase, friendly area units within 2 of her gain flight until the end of the turn. So I think that that's really cool because flight allows you to move 3 spaces and through cards.
Which is handy.
Yep. And because it says through cards, it allows you to move not just through units, it allows you to bypass structures. But she's almost a double-edged sword. She hits pretty hard, but doesn't have a lot of health.
No, yeah. That 10 HP goes away really fast.
It really does, because of just the sheer nature of Summoner Wars. You can't do quite guerrilla tactics, at least not with them. But, yeah, she synergizes extremely well with a few other, because, like, the Airy Diver can summon in 2 spaces from her and just do quick damage as they fly in.
Which is super cool.
It is really neat. And, yeah, they're all about... I mean, theoretically, they can get in really quick, but then you have to wait an extra turn to move them out. And I don't know, I think that's very interesting. With kind of, because they also have, like, what you could do is you could theoretically bring her in to give the ability and put in the Sentinels to protect her, because they basically prevent any type of through damage, and they have pretty good health, hit pretty hard, as well as they're super cheap in magic.
I would say that, yes, they are very, very flexible, and they actually like give off the vibe that they want to, blitzkrieg. You want to get in fast and hit hard.
Right.
And they do it very well.
Yeah. Well, also on the fact that you have the airy gates.
Yeah.
Like, on top of regular gates. So because of the sheer fast movement, you can get across the board, pop those airy gates in, which, yeah, they don't have a lot of health, but when you summon next to them, you get to force your unit.
They get a free move.
Right.
Which is real nice.
Yeah.
On top of the flight if you're next to Ava, so...
Yeah, like, getting across the board with them is no problem.
Yeah, no.
At all. And I think that's fascinating, because a lot of Summoner Wars kind of boils down to... I mean, your Summoner has, like, an overarching ability that is usually synergized with the other units, so you don't necessarily want to, like, turtle up.
Yeah,
with your summoner, just because of the sheer nature of this game, you're almost always dealing damage, killing units left and right, gaining magic. So, and because, like, with Vlox, what I was finding out was I was, like, getting him behind structures and stuff, but you were able to just fly on in and kind of go past them, and it's like, oh, my defenses!
They're gone!
And but they also have a counter to that as well, like with the snipers, which we'll talk about them in a sec. I think these two against each other fit
very well.
Really well.
It feels like they really play tested this pretty thoroughly.
Yeah,
So.
they remind me of the birds in Cloudspire.
Yes.
Like just the quick dive bomb like maneuvers just to hold areas or to position to where they're getting that AoE kind of it's really AoE agility, but you do also have some other units that just if they're adjacent to this, they get strong, which just gives them extra
extra strength.
Extra strength. Your stewards are also really good, but only if they're adjacent to her.
Yes. I've only got to play one champion, that was Cyruk, and he's crazy.
He is really good.
He's like, every card on the battlefield, yeah, I have their abilities.
Yeah.
All of them. So he had strength, he had area support, so he gave strength to everybody around him.
Yep.
He got worthy,
Yep.
so if he was adjacent to Ava, he got the lightning bolts count as arrows, which works great for him.
Yep. He has flight,
area sentinel. He had take to the skies. So he got all of Ava's abilities, all of the other supporting abilities.
Yep.
He's fucking crazy.
Yeah. That having just that sheer, basically almost a better summoner.
Yeah,
just
essentially.
because like you have all those abilities, and because it says friendly units, right? Friendly area units.
Every family area or friendly area units.
Yes.
On the battlefield.
Yep. So this is kind of where I come into the negatives of both of these. Because they don't come in a box like the starter set or anything, they come in these just packs.
They don't have a deck box.
They don't have a deck box. They also don't have any clarifying rules, which we ran into, but with both of these factions.
Yeah.
So, which can be frustrating in a game that's
1v1.
1v1 and
super competitive.
Skirmish
based.
Because there was a cool combo that you almost had, but we didn't determine if it, I mean, the wording I think were correct, but still, it's like, because the Airy Diver can be summoned within 2 spaces of your summoner.
Yes.
That's dive in, and then sudden strike is after summoning this unit may add 1 damage to an adjacent enemy unit. So there was a time where it's like, okay, well, does that ability apply to was it Cyruk? Does he have that? So can he summon in 2 spaces away? And we ultimately said no, because his ability specific says while on the battlefield, and then the summon effect, he's not on the battlefield.
He doesn't enter the battlefield until he's fully summoned.
Right. So that one, I mean, it's still a question that would have just been nice to have any clarifying rules for like these 2 factions that obviously aren't going to be brought up in the rulebook.
Yeah.
I think that was our only question for them.
Yeah, because we clarified the sniper ability because it was through units, not through structures,
or through cards, But the other one we had for the cloaks was the Guild Machinist Versatile. This unit may attack instead of moving and may move instead of attacking. Is that in addition to your 3 units you can attack with, or your 3 units you can move with? Does it just give him the versatility to do one before the other?
Does it count towards the move and the attack still?
Right. Or does he because if I want to attack, let's say during the move I have the Guild Machinist attack. Okay, when I get to my attack phase, can I now only attack with 2 units?
2 extra units instead
does
of 3.
he count as one of them? That one we went with that he counted, but couldn't clarify that because that one is more vague.
It's far more vague, yeah. The wording for while on the battlefield, it makes more sense that he hasn't been on the battlefield yet, so therefore he doesn't get it at all.
Right. But yeah, this unit may attack instead of moving and may move instead of attacking. That one's just a little too strange. That needs to be clarified a little bit more. But in terms of like your events, what events did they have?
So I had Summoning Song twice.
You had a few that just
Gathering Song,
just naturally kind of anyone.
So Gathering Song is a epic event. It says my summoner gains the following ability: once per turn during the summon phase or during the magic phase, I may place 2 friendly, common, adjacent units adjacent to her.
Yeah.
And then...
And that's during the summoning phase?
Yes.
Which is disgusting because you can bring in like heavy hitters and give them flight.
Yep, right away. If I had Gathering Song and Cyrook, I could just put him next to her.
That's true.
And then done all of the crazy bullshit that he was doing.
Yeah.
And then I had Battle Song. Friendly units within 2 spaces of my summoner gain Blitz. They get +1 strength.
Mm-hmm.
However, with Cyrook, he also gets the abilities of my summoner.
Yep.
So these being on her, he would get them also. Because it says your summoner has this ability.
Has the following ability, yeah.
And he has the ability of all friendly units.
That's true.
So I would essentially have 2 summoners.
That's true. Yeah. Which is absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely. I don't think I got any others. I got a second Gathering Song, but I didn't have time to play it.
Yeah.
But...
And then your champion, what other champion did you have?
I discarded Wrath. Wrath is prepare. Instead of moving this unit, I may boost it. And pray, once per turn during your attack phase, I can spend a boost to place this unit to a damaged enemy or champion. So she can just teleport.
Okay.
And then I had Guilford in my hand. He has flight, and he gets bully. After this unit moves, it may target any number of adjacent enemies and force them my space.
Oh, nice.
He just like shoves
them.
Get out of my way, I'm important.
Nice.
I believe that's all the champions.
Yeah, I think there's only 3 per deck. Yeah.
Yes, and I had no other songs. Battle Song and Gathering Song are the
Not
only.
a whole lot of events.
And then... Oh, I have Sky Assault. Friendly ranged units with flight have this ability. They have aerial shot. They may shoot through units.
Yep. So if they're adjacent to her, then they have flight. So therefore now they can shoot through units.
Or if they're adjacent to Cyrook when he's in play.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Lot of synergy.
A lot of synergy.
So... Yeah, I mean, really, their downfall is just the fact is they
have low health.
They have very low health, and they're not super strong.
Yeah, no. So. Once again, it's that quickness versus strength.
I don't know. I think these guys were quick, too. They have tons of ways to move. And if they're not moving, then they're just sniping, and it's like, okay, I don't really care how many units you have. I'm just going to shoot through them.
Yeah. I'll shoot the units I need to shoot.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the Skyspear Avians?
I'm going to give them a 9.
A 9?
They're real good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might give them a 9 as well. I enjoyed playing with them and just seeing the sheer synergy between, just that it involves your summoner a lot more, but it also begs the question of, okay, this is difficult because she also has very low health.
Yeah.
So there's that risk-reward. Yeah, I liked her. All right, the Cloaks.
I also think that the Cloaks are super fast.
Yep.
They have, I think, I haven't played all of them. I believe you have. I don't know. I have not played any of them that have equipment cards kind of like they do.
There are a few that have, I can't think off the top of my head, but I know there are equipment cards. I want to say I can't remember. I know there are equipment cards. Some other faction has equipment cards.
So, like Moto Boots get increased speed.
Yep.
You had a hand cannon.
Hand cannon. If you attack a non-adjacent card, it has +1 strength. And these can only be placed under common units, which is a majority of every unit. So basically, not your summoner and not a champion. That's really cool because I don't think I've played another faction that had goals to get on the other side of the board.
Yeah, their coolest thing about them is the heist ability, infiltration.
Yep.
Make it all the way to the other side, and then you get to just wrap around back to your side.
You just pop back. Anywhere in the back row. So the Rust Side Bandits, which there are quite a few.
There's 4.
There's 4 of them. When they get over there to the end, then you just get an extra magic. And magic can be super tight when you don't want to burn your cards to get it.
Yes.
So if that's what you go for, if you divide and conquer, you keep your snipers centered to focus enemies, and then you just have your bandits rush, because they also get gang up. So if you keep them near each other, then they can. If anyone tries to stop them, then it's like, okay, well now I'm rolling 4 dice. I'm gonna blow over anyone that's in my way, and then okay, now they're all over there. Okay, and because there's more moto boots, so
I imagine there's like 2 of both.
I think there's 2. Yeah. So you
I have the card right here. I will read it. 2 smoke bombs, 2 moto boots, 2 hand cannons.
Which is really, really cool, because you could theoretically also have Vlox go with them.
Yeah.
And just do the heist, so you run across the other battlefield, protect them, because then they get gang up. You keep the smoke bombs to protect them from dying.
Well, Vlox gets their ability. So,
oh, that's true.
Vlox can copy heist.
Yep, and then so you can just have a shit ton of magic, and then just constantly be summoning snipers or guild gunners. You can have your guild gunner shoot, and then, oh, I'm going to move my sniper up, now he's in range.
Yeah.
And because he only moved the 1 space, then now he can attack through units. So they definitely have ways to bypass. Like when we were talking about the fire elves, how they had that unit that was like, oh, and it always takes 1 damage, and it had 2 health.
So frustrating.
So you had to waste 2 attacks to try and kill it. That it's like, no, I'll just shoot past you. Like, oh, you're in front of your summoner? I don't care. So because I mean, by the end of it, I had 6 magic, and I wasn't even burning cards to get it.
Yeah, because there's so many of them are low cost. Like Sinsen as champion is 0.
It's free, and there's not even a negative to her. I mean, the negative is if she's destroyed, you gain 3 magic. But she also has 6 health. But she's really cool because she also has infiltrate, which means if they get to the end, at the end of your turn, your summoner takes the damage.
Yeah, I take damage, and then does she go back?
Yep, and she pops back.
Yep. She goes to your back row.
Yep.
So she has a cooler version of heist, essentially.
Well, because what's also neat is that you can't put the moto boots on her, because she's not a common.
Yeah.
But
she has so much health.
Well, she has so much health, she gets to move 2, and then if you put her in a position, you keep the guild gunner nearby. The guild gunner just attacks an enemy unit and then picks Sinsen to move 2 spaces. Because it's just a friendly unit. And then, yeah, once again, you could have Vlox follow them to be like, okay, yeah.
Is Vlox's ability a common unit or
friendly unit?
Yeah.
So you just have him work with Sinsen, and then it's like, all right, yeah. So now my moto boots, I'm gonna take magic. Well, because it's not, I don't steal magic from you.
You just gain it,
which I feel like you should.
That would be a cool way to do it.
It makes more sense if I'm going to your side and it's a heist. I should be stealing your magic.
Give it to me.
Because it's like.
Thematically,
I would be stealing it, and also there's no real incentive for you to stop me from getting over there, because
unless I need it to,
unless you wanted to kill them to gain the magic, or you just wanted to stop me from gaining magic. But I think it'd be put a little bit more pressure to divide you in a different direction, to be like, oh, I don't want him to take my magic.
I definitely would have been focusing more on your bandits had you been stealing magic instead of.
Right. I mean,
I let you get to the end of the board 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, whatever.
Right. I mean, because what's also cool is that if the guild machinist counts as an extra one, like in the move or attack, then it allows more protection against Sinsen and stuff like that, because she is free to come out. That it's like, okay, well, instead of attacking, I'm just going to have him move. Or he happens to be in a position, I'm going to kill your unit that's in her way during the move step. And then I'm going to have her move. And then once again, with Vlox being able to take it, it's really, really neat.
Do really like both of these decks.
Yeah. And then also, just if you don't move your guild sniper, but you pick them as one of your units to attack, they just can attack through units. Which was also pretty interesting, because the Sentinel prevented that entire ability.
Yeah.
So he couldn't attack through them to get to her. But, yeah, extreme, I think the difference is that the Skyspear Avians are all about kind of quick get in, to a very specific point. And the Cloaks are about more maneuverability.
They're about going wide.
Right. Because the champions for the Cloaks, there is the Admiral, He has 4 range attacks, 7 health, cost 6. He has Relentless. You may choose this unit as an extra attacking unit.
So you get an extra attack.
Yep. And then he has Swift. When this unit moves, it may move 1 extra space. So, because it would be very, very interesting to see how much damage you can put on the opponent's summoner by just
Getting to
bum rushing, taking like your entire have like a high squad that's moving up.
Yeah.
Put them all on one side. Have like bodyguards to protect them. Like if you can get the Admiral out.
I don't have... You have the Avian card. How many airy gates do they have?
2.
So they have a grand total of 6 gates?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe you have your 10.
So I could... Theoretically, you could put 6 gates.
True. However, the... where is it? The boots...
Do they say, Pat, the boots are here?
Oh, it may be forced through units.
Through units.
Yeah. But once again, the area gates are 3, the other gates are 5, and...
The big one's 10.
Yeah. You could do that. You could put a wall of gates.
Prolong the inevitable.
That would also just be if you were going to prevent... If you were trying to prevent them specifically from doing that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think that's the winning strategy.
Absolutely not.
But being able to just ping... I mean, if you could just get one good move, like Vlox and Sinsen go into the end, that's just 2 immediate damage.
Without even having to engage in combat.
Exactly. Well, you also have all your other units in combat.
Well, yes, but I mean, it's just 2 free damage.
Right.
And with her only having 10 health, immediately drops her to 8.
Yep.
Then you have
snipers that are just bypassing almost any protection.
So that's if you rolled good on both of those, it's another 4. So you've already went from 10 to 4 damage. You've done 60% of her health in one go.
Yep. The other champions. Well, what's also cool is you also have the Out of Shadows. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna hit you because the snipers don't do a lot of damage, but it's like, okay, well now I'm going to this unit that can't hit because it's melee. If that like, okay, well he's 2 from him, so boom, gonna teleport him right behind to attack. You could also theoretically get the Rust Side Bandits all next, like
all of them gank somebody.
Looks like someone's a little lost. And then
they do got brass knuckles.
They do.
Or whatever. They have claws.
Yep. And the other champion, this is one I discarded, Dagger. She's 4 magic, 3 attacks, 6 health. Sly, once per turn during your attack phase, this unit may exchange places with a friendly 0-cost unit.
So you could get her to the end and have her swap with Sinsen.
Yeah. So you get Sinsen to the end, like you alternate. You have Sinsen go forward, deal a damage at the end. Dagger's now there, so then she swaps to Sinsen, doing immediate damage.
That's really cool synergies.
Right. She also has Backstab. When this unit attacks a unit from behind, gets +2 strength, makes her a 5. So,
damn.
Which is also impressive because if you did the Out of Shadows, you could have the Guild Sniper attack Ava, obviously not kill it, pop Dagger behind, and then do attack for 5.
Yeah. That's some heat.
Yeah. Negatives for the Cloaks. Because Vlox has 13 health. I can't really think of any. I mean, that plan immediately falls apart if you just kill any one of those units, really.
Yeah.
You kill Sinsen, then she's out. So there's no automatic damage at that point.
I think Vlox's ability in general, though, is really good.
Yeah, at the end of your summon phase, this unit may target a friendly unit. This unit has the target's abilities until the end of your turn. So because that's what we did. That's actually how I ended up winning this last one. Was I had him take the Guild Sniper's ability and shoot through my unit, your unit, and my unit, and hit the gate that was protecting Ava, and then had the Guild Sniper attack her.
Yep.
Yeah. I think they're super cool.
Yeah.
The Cloaks
are absolutely
are one of the most unique ones that I've played so far.
I very much like both of them.
Yeah, so overall, like, I don't know if these are. I don't think you buy them together. I got them together, like, as in a box. So I don't know, because they're clearly faction packs that are separate of themselves, and that. So that's at least different than the starter set that was the elves and the frost trolls. Because with those, we saw the abilities of the Frosta or the Fire Elves. But the Frost Trolls, I just was not getting.
No.
I could, maybe it wasn't my play style, or our play style, but...
Yeah, I didn't see the appeal, but
yeah.
Also, I don't usually play games like these.
Someone commented, said within tournament play between the two, I'd have to look it up specifically, but it was like a 5 or 6 win-loss difference. Fire Elves were winning the most, but it wasn't like 25 and Frost Trolls won 10 or something.
Yeah.
It was like 26-22 or something.
Okay.
So the Frost Elves are winning. I didn't see it, but with these two, I definitely do. So I'm actually going to I'm gonna make the Skyspear Avians an 8, because I'm going to give the Cloaks a 9.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah.
Because I think the Cloaks... they definitely synergize extremely well with their own factions, but I think the Cloaks are a little bit more unique.
Unique, yeah, I'll give them that.
So yeah, that's what I'm going with. What are you going to give the Cloaks?
I think I will give the Cloaks. I think I'll give them a 9 also.
A 9. Gonna give them both a 9.
I think they're both very well put together.
Yeah.
Synergies are there. Uniqueness is there. The fucking, just the like fast pace. It doesn't get boring. It didn't feel like this was dragging on. I feel like they are very well put together against one another.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. All right, well, that's our thoughts on the Skyspear Avians and the Cloaks. Let us know what you think of them in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.